so much.
All right, you're live. Seems like the microphone's working.
Okay.
And can I make it any bigger? I'm not going to worry about that. Is that big enough for you?
That's great.
Yeah? Okay.
And then when I'm done, what do I do with that?
Close it and give it to Chris, please.
Give it to Chris.
Would you like me to move this over so that it's a little elevated and looking down on you?
I was going to put it on that thing.
Okay. Oh, so you're lateral to it. Okay.
Yeah, I thought maybe that would work. Yeah. Angle.
Angle it down.
Still go back.
Oh, no, we're good.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah, I think that's
yes.
great right there.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Let me, I'm going to pull it up on mine here just to make sure that I can hear you.
Okay.
Say something.
Oh, hello. Can you hear me? Hi. Hi. Can you hear me? Hi.
Yep. All right. It works. Great.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you got it. I'm going to go to the beach club. I'll edit this once it's over.
Okay.
But if you want, you can make a quick announcement. Just let people know class is starting at 10:30.
Yes.
And then once you're done, just close it and yeah, give it to Chris.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Let me check one more thing here for you.
I really need to bring my computer tomorrow so I can maybe go through how to do it. I still will need you next week.
Yeah, that's all good. I'll be here. Yeah.
Okay.
And the computer will be here too.
Okay, good.
We'll be good. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Hello. Class will be starting at 10:30, so we have about 5 minutes left before we begin. I brought a yoga blanket out, so if you don't have one, you can use a big towel or a big blanket of choice. Just go over how to fold a yoga blanket. Far ends together. Little shake. Fold again. And cross. There you go. So if you have sensitive knees and you need to have something underneath them, go ahead and get yourself some cushion. Sitting cross-legged, if that's uncomfortable for you, blocks. If you don't have a yoga block, you can roll your blanket or get a pillow. You can roll it thick like that way. Or roll it thick like that. You can have a seat and it'll create a little booster seat and it'll take some edge off of the knees and the hips. You can see that this works for the back. Like let's say if I was here and I'm tight and my hips are tucked under, this isn't the best spinal alignment for you, right? I can fix that with the towel, the blanket, straight. Have my S curve. Okay. I'm just going to unfold my blanket and put it back down underneath so I can have a little cushion. So we still have a few more minutes. Right now I'm just walking my sits out. We have 2 bones, sit bones on the base of the pelvis. And sometimes they get tucked, right? Sometimes our pelvis is tucked under. This would be a tucked pelvis. This would be a neutral pelvis. Tucked pelvis. Neutral pelvis. So in a neutral pelvis, we want to feel diaphragm lifting up the rib cage so we can feel some space right in our sides, right? Because what happens in our body? Sinking down. Sinking down. Lifting up. All right? I'm just going over some basic understanding of the pelvis. So again, standing, neutral, tucked pelvis. So a lot of times we're stuck in tucked pelvis. Slumped shoulders, tucked pelvis. All right? Versus neutral pelvis, lifted rib cage, shoulders back and relaxed. Something to think about. Because you can make these tiny little adjustments all throughout the day. Right? So walking out the sit bones, breathing and lifting up the ribs. And today we're just going to do a restorative yoga class. I'm going to focus on hamstrings. So if you have a yoga strap, go and get yours. If you don't have one, you can use a belt. You can use a long towel. We're going to roll it up. I'll show you how to do it. Great tool to use. If you know that you don't need it, you don't need it. And if you don't have one, I'll show you what to do. We're going to take our time today in class. We're going to focus on breath, alignment, and just trying to get, 2020, we probably were not moving as much as we like. So we're going to try to get the stuck out of the hips, out of the hamstrings, out of the neck, out of the shoulders. So we'll begin in just a few minutes. If you need any water, go ahead and get some. It's always nice to take a moment before your practice and get centered, get focused on your body, because in life, our daily tasks, we are not focused on ourselves. We are focused on everything that we need to do, everything that we need to do for other people, and we are externally aware, right? So right now is our moment to be internally aware. And that transition from being externally aware to internally aware takes a moment, right? Just like when we want to stretch and find flexibility in a muscle, we're going to hold it for 30 seconds because that's how long it takes for the information to travel through the nervous system to the brain to tell the brain to the muscles that we want to let go. And we find this chemistry change through where? Give you a little hint. Your nose, your breath. Deep breath in. Feel free to close your eyes. Just trying to bring awareness into the body. And you're rolling out those shoulders. Can you feel your pelvis? So after rooting your root chakra, right? We have 7 major chakra points, but many energy points throughout the whole body. Our root chakra from our pelvis in the neutral position, because we have a pelvic bowl, right? And I was talking earlier about tucked pelvis or neutral pelvis. Go, let's begin. So hands on the knees. And I want you to move your hands down. Lift up the sternum, that heart. Inhale. Can you feel the stretch of the low belly lifted? Can you take the tops of the shoulders and roll them back and down? Can you feel the activity down the back? Just feel that crown lifted as if there's a string from the top of the head lifting you up, but simultaneously grounded and rooted through your pelvis. Now here, let's bring our awareness into our diaphragm, and your diaphragm is right below your belly button. And if you want to, go ahead and put your palm right on your belly. Let's take a deep breath in. Relax the jaw, exhale. Very good. And again, inhale. As deep as you can. Exhale. Now keep going as I talk you through this. Diaphragm breath. Inhale. Do you feel the breath rising up the chest as if the chest is rising up, and as you exhale, shoulder blades are melting down the back. Let's try it. Detoxifying breathing. Inhale. And exhale. Now, did you know that deep breathing is not only a good way to detox the body, but it also helps your body eliminate fat. Fat. We forget about that. Inhale. Exhale. When you're exhaling, can you pull in the sides of your waist and feel as if you have a corset around your rib cage? And when you're exhaling, ribs are coming in. But be aware of front body and back body coming together. Let's practice this for about 5 more breaths. Four more breaths. Three more. Two more. One more. Very nice. Inhale. Rise those palms up. Exhale. Now, if you want to mirror me, my right hand, probably your left, up and over. Left shoulder on my side, right shoulder on your side drops down. As we drop the shoulder down, exhale. If you draw weight in that opposite thigh that you're reaching towards, there's your release on the side. Inhale, root the pelvis, both arms up. Exhale, both arms down. Shoulder blades follow. My left, your right. Right arm inhales up. Left shoulder down. Stretch into the side. Pull the navel in. Get heavy through that outer thigh. Inhale up. Exhale down. Both arms rise. Inhale. Both arms down. Exhale. My right, but your left arm. Inhale up. Exhale down. Nice. Inhale up. Draw the navel in. Exhale down. Both arms up. Inhale. Both arms down. Exhale. My left, but your right. Inhale up. Exhale, arc and stretch. Inhale up. Pull the navel in. This time, exhale, fingertips forward. Good. Now, if you can see, I have spider fingers where I can walk the spider finger forward, drawing my torso forward, allowing the stretch to move into the low back as far as I can feel that I can breathe and I can move. So instead of rounding, I'm just going to turn so you can see my side. Instead of rounding here, I would suggest you be up and create a straight back as much as you can. Another option is to put your blocks down in front of you so you have a little higher hand, right? So you can draw the ribs up and feel how the low belly pulls up and in, and from there, rock side to side. So there's a dual action of your diaphragm, your abdominal muscles lifting the rib cage up, but your shoulders pushing down. So I feel strong in the bottom of my tricep, right? The back of my arm, which is going to activate down the lats. The spider finger is an option, as well as flat palms. So whatever feels good to you. The spider finger technique just draws a little bit more energy into the center of the palm. As you're rocking and you feel that you're loosening up, feel free to go farther forward and stretch. And if you do begin to round out the back a little bit, it is okay. But know that your goal is to continuously lift and lengthen. Think about moving the shoulder. Here's the next change. The shoulder out of the hip. Think about the fascia. If you've seen a muscle diagram, it's the white part of the muscle. And what we're going to do is feel this lengthen out, creating a nice arc. So let's repeat that a few more times before we go into tabletop. Think about your root as you want to get heavy through the pelvis. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. 1 more. Here's your chance to release. I'm going to do flat palms. Exhale down. You round out the back here. Feel free to drop the head down, shoulders down. Scoop the navel in. Use your hands to slowly roll it up to sit. Very good. Okay, so let's move to tabletop position. Going to adjust my blanket. I like to use a yoga blanket just to give my knees a little cushion. So here we are in tabletop position. We're going to look for the crease of the wrist is lined up with the front edge of the mat. We're also going to separate our fingertips as wide as we can. We're going to make sure our palm is stacked, not here, but right underneath the shoulder. The elbow point, instead of out, is facing your thighs. Once you roll that elbow in and give yourself a strong press through the palms, lengthen the chin to the front edge of the mat. Well, tabletop seems like a very basic pose to do that we shouldn't focus on, but it's a foundation pose. So here, we're going to scoop in the low belly and feel as if the tail is moving back. So as we breathe, elbows in, strong press through the heel of the palm, lengthen the chin forward, shoulders draw down the back, activating the latissimus dorsi, your back. We want the low back itself to feel open, like we're not overarching and we're not over tucking. We find it neutral position. Now exhale, drop the rib cage and press. Drop the rib cage and press. Now when people do this wrong or without the proper foundation, they are bending their elbows, almost like they're doing a little push-up. That is not what you're doing. You're going to keep your elbows locked, rolled in, dropping the ribs, and then pressing. After a few, you should feel the work start building up. Where are we working? We are firing up our core. It may not feel like it, but we are. As you press, you have abdominal muscles on the side, your serratus muscles that are attached to the 12th rib. And as you press, we're activating these little muscles. Exhale, drop, and lift. You're going to feel your shoulder blades pushing together and then apart. As you press up, they're apart. As you dip the ribs down, they touch and press. Last time. This is a great way to build subtle strength and to release tension in the neck and shoulders. One last press. Can you feel it? Okay, inhale, deep breath. Cat cow. Exhale, press through the palms and round. And inhale, forward. Exhale, press through the palms and round. And inhale, forward. Now the tendency to do this wrong, which I've seen many times, is people will push themselves away. And if you can see, that alignment is not correct. When you go into your cat, you want to keep your shoulders over your wrist. That is core activation. So we're moving into the next phase of our core activation. 3 more. 2, what about your neck? Let that neck get long. And 1. Let's take it down, elbows. Good, so I'm lining up my wrist and my elbow, shoulder width apart. Separating my fingertips nice and wide so I have a great grip of palms to the floor. The same technique of dipping the rib cage down and then pressing back up, we're going to do that again. This is foundation work. If I was to move into dolphin or to do any shoulder stands from my arms, I need to understand this move. So here we go. We dip down, and press. When you dip down and re-lift, think about your collarbones going wide. Dip down and lift. Shoulders are moving down the back. Chin is lengthening forward. 2 and 1. Taking a little break after this little press and hold. We can feel the work. Even though it's restorative and gentle, that doesn't mean it's necessarily easy. So you do feel it, right? 1 deep breath. And we're going to bring our knees to our elbows, just a little bit closer, and hips to our heels. Feel free to rock it out. If you're feeling very tight, you can take your blocks, let's say, put them right underneath the elbows. Here's another option. If being on the knees or ankles, or let's say the ankles are too tight, they don't enjoy being pressed upon, you can bring your towel or blanket right underneath. Another option. If the knees are bothering you, they feel tight, you need to give yourself some support. Put something right underneath you. It's mostly about finding the support that you need so you can relax into your child pose. Now it's okay to keep your arms where they are. You can also rest a head on the block. If you feel comfortable moving those fingertips towards your toes and allowing your shoulders to fall down. Without the block, you can stack forearms. You can stack fists. Two more breaths, breathing into the low back. And one more breath. As we rise, bring your awareness to the belly. Bring in the core. So it's as if the core is lifting the chest up. Take a moment because the blood wants to come down. And sometimes you can feel that and you get a little bit dizzy. So here we go. Lift the hips up. Walk the knees back. We're back into tabletop. Hands are underneath the shoulders. Crease of the wrist is lined up with the front edge of the mat. Let's take out our right foot. Tuck the toe. If you can see that long right leg, I'm getting a stretch into the Achilles. And if I push with my hands, I'm pushing vigorously. And now belly. Pull it in, tuck and press. So with more strength through my palms, I possibly can lift up that left weight of the knee. And lengthen out the Achilles, which is a great thing to do before you do a down dog. Let's do our other side. So release the right knee, extend the left. I'm getting the toes, so I'm flexing the foot very vigorously so I can get as much length through the back of my leg as possible and activate the core and the arms. Tuck the pelvis. See how we're cat spine? Inhale, deep breath, chin tucked. Press vigorously through the palms and see if maybe the weight of the knee will lift up. And slowly come down. Let's activate more core and heat that body up a little bit more. Take the knees in together. So actually separate, I'm going to start back, separating knees hip width apart. So I'm getting a little ahead of myself. So right arm extend and then exhale round. Inhale and exhale round. Inhale and exhale round. 3 more. And 2. Something to notice here is the even weight on your knees. You can see how the balance is going to come from you balancing your left knee weight down. Okay, let's try that on the other side. Left arm extends. You're feeling centered through the hips. Pull the elbow in, round. Inhale. And round. Scoop. Inhale, lengthen. And round. Let's do 2 more. One more. Okay, the next round, tabletop, and now close the knees together. This time extend the right heel and out. What we want to check is if the hip is too high. So check your right hip, lower it down to make sure that leg is lifted and extend. Inhale, deep breath. Exhale, round chin, tucks in. Press, inhale. Now remember what I taught you with cat-cow. Very similar in this position. We want to avoid pushing ourselves back because that is not the alignment that we're looking for, right? We want the alignment of shoulder and wrist. That's more core. So here, less core. Here, more core. Inhale. Let's do 4 more. Two. 1 more. A little balance challenge. Extend. Again, check the hips. How do we know if our hips are straight? Can we put a block and balance it on our pelvis, on our hips? To challenge your balance even more and to warm up the core on the next level, left arm extends. The left arm is going to sweep out to the side and back center. Find a little dot on your yoga mat or the floor and just focus right there. Inhale, allow the left shoulder to move back, activating the latissimus dorsi, and move it in. 3 more. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. 2. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. 1 more. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Let's give ourselves a little break. Palm down. It's not really a break. Tuck the toe, but it is for the back. Round it out and press. And down. Right knee down. Child pose. Make your adjustment if you need a block or a towel or blanket underneath you. Extend. Lengthen out the spine. Lengthen out the arms. And rise back up. Flat palm, tabletop. Separate the knees, hip width apart. Let's go back to cat-cow. Exhale, round. Inhale. We're activating the core. Check your shoulders. They should be over your wrists. 3 more. 2. And 1. Walk the knees to close. Lift the left foot up, extend it out. Inhale, deep breath. Check your hips. Is the left hip higher? Adjust it, extend the right. Inhale, pull the navel in. You'll find more balance if you press down to the top of the right foot. Here we go. We sweep our right arm out to the side. Now find your point of focus and move the arm forward. Inhale, open. Now draw the shoulder down the back so you can activate the latissimus dorsi, that back muscle. Inhale. You want to feel the right collarbone move away from the right ear. 2 more. You can do it. 1 more. And here we go. Inhale, right arm forward. Scoop the navel in. Go slow. Bring it in. Inhale, length. And around it. 3 more. And 2. And 1. And down. We're going to do that on the other side. So the right leg extends. Left arm reach. And round it out. Go slow. Inhale. Now, if we keep practicing these, they will make a huge difference on our core strength and our stability. So we may feel a little shaky now, but if we keep practicing, we will get that out of the body. Last time. Palm down, tuck your back toe. Push your left foot back, your first down dog. So I'm going to walk my feet in, lift the heels up, lift the tail up, press, press, press. And then move it down. We're going to change our position. Off our hands, onto the booty. So, let's see. Do you have yoga blocks? You could communicate with me and let me know, first of all. And if you decide to let me know, there's 2 different ways I will teach you what we're going to do. So I'm not sure if you have yoga blocks or not. So I'm going to push those aside. We're going to go on to the back. If you have your yoga strap, grab it. If you have a towel, you can use that instead. Just going to unfold and come on down. If you need, you can take a block for your head or a pillow if you like to have that. So if you take your yoga strap or your towel or your belt around, if you can see the placement, it's not the arch, it's the ball of the foot. So here, the hands, if you could see, I'm just going to go around. So now I don't have to like grip with my wrist too much. Palm and around. Point and flex, pull through the elbow. Point and flex. Now let's use the breath. Exhale. Inhale. The next thing to do while you're doing that is to think about the pelvis. Are the sit bones rooted? That means you're not, if they're not, you feel a tucked pelvis and not enough pressure on the sacrum. That's the money part to releasing your hamstrings. Find the pressure on your sacrum. 1, it's going to make your back feel better. And 2, that's the foundation of the stretch. So you need a rooting point. 2 more. Pull it in. 1 more. Pull and hold. Bicep stretch. So now we're extended. We worked into our Achilles. Now we're going to the calf and the back of the knee. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do 2 more. 1 more. Hold. The left leg is going to extend as we deepen the stretch. Ooh. Starting again. So this is a deeper round. Point and flex. Point and flex. And if you can see, my left foot is flexed and active, right? It's not flopped out to the side. So I'm keeping my toe up, this left leg active. 3 more. And 2. Good. And one more. Inhale, deep breath, hold that stretch. I know you feel it. Exhale, a gentle pull and a push. A gentle pull and a push. You are pulling with your elbows, right? We want to be careful of the wrist. Just pull down through the elbow. 3, 2, and 1. Circles. So the circle that you're drawing with your heel is probably not too big of a circle, right? We also want to look for the stability of the hips. And when the leg comes back into the body, be aware of the lower belly. 3 more. So we're lubricating in our pelvic, in our hip socket. 2 more. And 1. Let's reverse. Pull in, push away. Pull it in. We're looking for that pelvic stability, right? So we're not rocking our weight from left to right hip. It might be happening, but we're trying our best to avoid it. 2. Ooh, 1 more. So now the right hand has both straps. Left hand can rest by your side. This is going to work into the core. The right leg will windshield out and back in. Out and back in. Now at first, I can go farther than what I'm doing, but what I'm looking for in my body is pelvic stability. So I want to feel, where can my hip bones stay rooted as the right leg moves away. I can start exploring that strength and flexibility combined. Outer left hip roots down as the right leg moves out. And you're going to start to explore how far you can go. Let's do 3 more. 2. 1 more. Maybe go as far as you feel like you can. Pull up, 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 up. Use the abs to lift the legs closed. Okay, good job. Let's take the left hand. I'm going to do that little double loop so I don't overwork my wrist. Grab the other strap in hand. Right arm by my side. Abdominal awareness. Here we're crossing over the body. This is the IT band lengthening and lift. Same concept as before, pelvic stability. Except now our right hip is the rooting force. So right side of the hip roots as the right heel crosses the body. And inhale as you lift. Exhale. And then when you explore it, you want to draw in towards the left shoulder. Ooh, that definitely gets a little bit more intense when you do that. Exhale. Pull it in. We'll do 2 more. And 1 more. As we go up, 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 up. We're going to lift and look at our left toe. Elbows are going out. So if you can see, my elbows are kind of out. Lift, pulling my shoulders down, getting the most out of that stretch that I can manage. And release. Slide the left foot up. Just change your foot in the strap. So we're going to start with our right foot flat to the mat. Flip the strap around the wrist. Point and flex. So as we're working through pointing and flexing, We're going to keep our hip stability heavy. Remember, the sacrum is our saving grace in this stretch. It just, once you have pressure there, it just feels so good. Kind of hurts a little bit, but that's the tension that we want to get rid of our body. Our Achilles tight can hold a lot of tension all the way up our back. So this simple movement can be done daily if you want, but definitely should be done a couple times a week, like at least twice a week. So here we go. Inhale, exhale, bicep curl. So if you can notice one thing is my wrist, I'm not bending it. I'm not pulling with the wrist. Don't want to add tension there. What I'm doing is pulling down through my elbows with the foot flexed. Ooh. Deep breaths. Exhale. 2 more. One more. Here we hold and we draw a circle. Now you might have one hip, right, that is tighter than the other. Oh, we didn't do this on the other side, I don't think. We did it with the leg straight. So let's go ahead and do that. So right leg, here we go, extends out. That's deepening the stretch and flex the foot. Notice that my right foot isn't flopped out. That affects the pelvis. So toe up. You can see the right knee is facing the ceiling. Point and flex. We're getting there. Exhale, pull it in. Use your breath. If the leg is shaking, that's okay, but you don't want to get too tired in the leg. So it's okay to give it a little second if you need. 2 more. If a muscle is fully extended, guess what? It's toning. It's strengthening if it's fully extended. Good. Hold it here. Inhale. Here we go. Exhale. Be gentle because this is a deeper level of hamstring flexibility. So at first you want to just pull in gently as you push away. So repeat this a few more times. Can you bring in your low belly awareness, that diaphragm, which is below your belly button? Can you connect the abdominals with the hamstring stretch? 2 and 1. Circle. So draw your mind to, once again, your sacrum. That's the base of your tail. And that will help you find the stability in the pelvis as you circle the heel, which is circling the femur bone, which is lubricating the joint, right? The femur bone head connected to the pelvic socket. We're bringing blood flow, creating space, helping our body process any tension. Last time, let's reverse. Hip stability, my right foot still flexed, right toe still up. Use that breath. Exhale, come on. Get it out of the body. Last time. Okay, moving on. So the left hand has the strap. Take the right strap to the left hand. Right arm down by the side. Pelvic stability still happening. Here we go. We're going to open out and then bring it back in. Now at first, I'm not going to go very far, even though I know I'm pretty flexible in this area. But one thing I definitely need to focus on and keep focusing on is pelvic stability. That's the focus of the class today. So as the leg goes away, where's our mind? On our outer right hip. That will help us find the abdominal strength we need to support the weight of the leg. Then we can explore going a little bit farther each time using the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Diaphragm. Pull it in, pull it in, pull it in. We don't want to use all of the strength in our hip flexor, right? Our groin. We want to find it in our abdominals. Two more. One more. Explore your depth. Reach it, reach it, reach it, reach it, reach it. And close. Right hand, I'm just going to do the little double strap thing around the wrist. And we're crossing, again, abdominal awareness. Extended right leg, toe up to the ceiling, cross the body, IT band, and lift. If you focus your outer heel point and your abdominals when you're lifting together, it feels so good. You start to feel balanced. You start to feel grounded. Exhale, get in there, and lift. Two more. Exhale. Also take that hand and push the hip down a little bit and lift. One more time. Let's get in there. Deep inhale. Exhale. Now don't let go. You did all this work. Keep the leg. Elbows out. This is to deepen, right? Elbows out. Pull it in. Hold. Lift the head. Look at the right toe. Shoulders down the back. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower the head down. Take both feet, right foot into the strap. This is a little balance. It's going to help with doing boat. So we can find a little, now let's say the knees are bent. That's okay. The knees can be bent. You can rock. And if you can see, my elbows are out. My elbow points are out. 3, roll it down the back. And if you like, get that extra pull, right? It's okay if the tailbone comes up and push. You might even come up even higher. Shoulders down, scoop, roll it down, and lift. Last time, up. And let's say you came up and you're like, whoa, all right, that's okay. You scoot those heels in, you roll down from here. Control, and I can extend the heels up wherever they will go. And a little tail lift. One more time. Ooh. And we did that. Okay, strap down. We're going to roll over. So rolling over in Sphinx position. So Sphinx position is wrists and elbows and shoulders aligned. I'm also going to walk out these are your iliac bones, your hip bones. The whole point of this stretch is to get the iliac bones spaced out and stretched away from the rib cage because we want to feel that our abdominals are stretching. So wrists and elbows aligned, press to the elbows, lift the sternum up. Now think about your belly button. Can you inhale and lift the belly button up and off of the mat? Even if it's still touching, it's fine. Just draw the energy up. Following that energy through the heart as we lift, shoulders move down the back. So I'm trying to create, this is great for the throat chakra. This is great for digestion. It's great for the back. So here we tuck the chin. Think about the back of your neck stretching. Tuck the chin slowly. Shoulders are going down the back. Tuck the chin into the chest. Feel how the back of the neck is releasing. Good. And now slowly look over the right shoulder. Look back over the right shoulder. Can you see possibly one foot and maybe another? Good. Down with the chin. Inhale. Shoulders down the back. Keep the belly up and lifted. Other side. Go slow. Look over the shoulder. Can you see one foot? Can you see the other foot? And slowly down. Tuck the chin. If the back feels okay, you can press into the palm. Now, your goal is to not push back. We don't want to compress into the lower lumbars. We want to decompress. So think about sternum, heart going up, shoulders going back, and elbows going in. 3, 2, 1. Slowly come down. Hamstring or quad stretch next. Take the right hand, reach back. Now, if you can't reach, you have your strap or your towel, and you can wrangle that foot in there, right? And you can rest. You can find an area of stretch that works for you. If you don't have the strap or a towel or anything, the focus is in the hip bone, the iliac bone. We want to balance the pelvis. So if you push the right hip down as you're reaching. So that's the most important thing with this stretch. A lot of people will focus on grabbing the heel first, and then their hip is lifted, and they're not getting the stretch. It's not important to grab the foot. It's important to press the iliac bone down. And as the quadriceps starts to release, over time you'll be able to grab the heel and pull it in. As we're stretching the right kneecap away from the right hip, eventually as that quad opens up, the energy of the kneecap can lift. So I'm kind of moving more into frog, which is more advanced. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And release. Inhale. Sphinx pose. You can feel the energy that moves down the right side of the body. So stretching your quadriceps will help improve your Sphinx pose, which helps improve your back flexibility. Okay, other side. So both hip bones are rooted. We bring the heel in because one side could be different than the other, right? We're going to see where we can reach. Do we need to bring our strap into play or a towel? Focus on the breath. Notice if you're leaning more to one hip than the other. We're trying to find balance. Center. Breathe into lengthening that left quadricep back. So the left kneecap is moving out of the left hip flexor. One more big breath. And release. Sphinx pose again. Inhale. Belly lifts. Optional press to rise. Heart energy going up. Exhale down. Arms up. Back strength. We extend and pull. Think elbows are moving into the ribs. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, you could do it. Inhale. Exhale. Fingertips back. Bend the knees, reaching towards those heels. You can also drop the head down. Think about pushing the hip bones down if you can't reach your heel. If you can reach your heel, go ahead. Feel free to rise up through the head. Open up the shoulders, open up the chest. If you can, we're kicking up through the feet. Inhale. One more. Slowly come down. Tuck your toes. And I want you to walk. So think about kind of de-root your iliac bone. So your toes are tucked, right? Tailbone is lifted. Palms are underneath the shoulders. Elbows, hug them in. Elbows, hug them in. Roll the shoulder head back. Inhale, deep breath with the tailbone lifted. Reach the chin. Exhale, press. And go back. Nice. So we're going to work on our Chaturanga Press a couple times to bring some heat into the upper body. So here we go. We're going to inhale forward. So the same thing. Toes are tucked, but if you notice the pelvis is tucked here and slowly lowering yourself down. If you can see, my wrist elbows are aligned and hugged in. Inhale, tailbone lift. So this would be a neutral pelvis. Exhale, chest strength, push back. Open it up and bring it in. Think about a plank here. Tuck, tuck, cat, tuck. Lower down strength. Tail lift. Inhale, shoulders back, elbows in. Exhale, press. Two more. Inhale, tuck pelvis. Feel the core strength. Lower yourself down. Shoulders back, elbows in, tail lifted. Inhale, exhale, press. Ooh, good job. One more. I'm just imagining that you're smiling, okay? Tuck your tail. Slowly come down. All right, roll it back, tail lift. Inhale, exhale, press. Going into our down dog, as we lift up, just step, step. If you notice my heels are high, we're still working in restorative yoga. So, we're giving ourselves the option. If you want to be straight, you have a perfect down dog, strike that perfect down dog. Otherwise, the heels are lifted and the knees are bent, and we're focusing the chest. Inhale. Exhale, chest goes closer to the thighs. Press. Two more. One more. As we go forward, our plank. Hold our first plank. 3 deep breaths. 2. We're going to do either a modified chaturanga or a full chaturanga. Modified, you just drop your knees down and we do what you just did before. Otherwise, full chaturanga, heels forward, chin forward, and full chaturanga. Baby cobra. Exhale down, tuck the tail, tuck the toes. Push the tail, tuck the toes, down dog. You can walk your hands back a little bit. If you feel that the hamstrings have loosened up, and push those heels down and work into a straighter leg. 2 more breaths. 1 more. Pigeon. 2 options to do pigeon. Let's say you want to do a little fancy. Walk your feet together. Right leg up. And pigeon. So I'm taking my right knee to my right hand. Right? Right knee to right hand. Kick it through. Let's say the hips are high. I take my block. Scoot it right underneath. Sit on that block. Then ease the left leg to straight. You can come down on the elbows and rest the head. If you don't like this position, because maybe it bothers the knees, you're going to come onto the back. Pull the knee into the chest. So I'm taking my right knee into the right shoulder and left hand to the outside of the right heel and pull it in. So this is a reclined pigeon. Even more modified would be right here, where we rest the heel so the eye of the needle stretch. So any of those can work for your body. Let's do pigeon on the right, left side, and then we'll move into Sava with a few more stretches. Listen to your breath. Inhale. Exhale, gently falling into the left hip bone. One more deep breath. If you're ready, slowly rise up. Just go into elbow points, giving myself a moment, to palms, to rolling onto the side of the hip. Now this can be done with the block underneath you. I'll show you what it looks like. And then you sweep that left leg around, right? So you can see my right leg has now crossed the body. Right? So without the block. So if the right leg is crossed, or the left leg is crossed, the right arm crossed. So what opposite palm to leg, grab onto that thigh, pull it into the body. Back arm sweeps back. Inhale, deep breath. Again, think about the pelvis. Our sit bones rooted. Are you on your right sit bone more than your left? Can you feel that? Drop the heart down. Let's see if you can twist just a little bit more and re-lift. Look with the eyes, stretch the eyes. 2. One more breath. Now keep your spinal twist and look to the other shoulder. Do it slowly. So look slowly as you release the neck. Look over the shoulder. Stretch, stretch. And release. Inhale, big deep breath. Exhale. Let's move to our other side. So it'd be left side pigeon or left side reclined pigeon. I'll show you the modified first. Left knee pulls in. Grab right hand to the outer heel and cross it. That's the secret. Cross the heel to the right shoulder. Ooh, and pull in. Another option is so the eye of the needle stretch or full pigeon. Show you how to get into it. Tabletop. Left knee to left hand. Slide the heel through. You can put the block underneath the hip. Have a seat. Work the right leg to straight. Give the hip a moment. Come on down. Such a great stretch. Just kind of calm the breath down, but keep it deep. So the deeper the breath, the deeper the release. Two more deep breaths. And slowly rise. Take your time. So we roll back onto that left hip, sweep the right around, and we're in our spinal twist. We're almost finished. As we look over the shoulder, look with the eyes. Deep breath in, exhale, twist. One more breath. We keep our spinal twist, and we look over the other shoulder. I think I did this side already. One more breath. And release. Inhale. Uncross the legs.